Cutthroat Sports, salute. Oh. Cutthroat Sports, salute. Salute, salute. What's shaking? We're gonna have a special guest tonight, Dimitri Cohen. Salute. We're gonna have undefeated 5-0 prospect. Kurt, that's you, bro? Yes, sir. Peace. What's good?
What's good with you, Blue? What's
Ain't
good?
nothing.
What's going on?
Ain't nothing. Just connected. I figured we gotta do it this way, so that's why I just hit you this way.
Yeah, man. I'm in a dilemma. We ain't live, are we?
Yeah, we live.
Okay, well I can share it. Yeah, with T-Mobile, they so lenient with my pillow, and I've been with them for 12 years. And but the problem with that is the gigabytes, man. They only give me is unlimited 50. I can't get more gigabytes, but I can go to 100 gigabytes per month, and that will do me fine. So I'm in the crossroads, seeing what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? That when you're doing certain things, when you're not doing certain things, like this, you don't think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Because T-Mobile, they give me different perks.
Right.
They're very cool with me, but it's the gigabytes, and they don't have no better plan than the data plan. And I told them I'm always on YouTube. That's part of my job now. And I look at a lot of old movies, like this channel called Real Back. They have Muhammad Ali, Brain Skills and Guts, of the Ali documentary. But They show old movies. And so it's the best television. But, let's get out the show. It's 6:02.
Yeah.
What's good? That was good.
Yeah, we on the grind, man. We got a few people in the building. We're going to have Lorenzo Truck Simpson on, man. He'll be on at 7 o'clock. Dimitri Cohen, Around the World. Donald Jones, Young Sneed, Boxing and Barbecue. David Scott III, Ott B. Brown, Just Blaze, Jackson 1000. Check Hook. Salute. Boxing and Barbecue said, Truck, that dude showed me how to use the speed bag. Okay. Yeah, Truck is a good dude, man. Young dude, man. 19 years old. Jay West, Suave House Boxing. Salute to my peoples. I sent Miss Boxing the link, but I don't know. She didn't get back to me yet. So, but he'll be on at 7 o'clock. So I figured we could talk about a few other things until that time. We're gonna have another special guest on, but they much rather come on at 7, but that runs into what we already got scheduled. You know what I mean, Kurt?
Right.
So I just told him maybe we could do it, on Thursday, because tomorrow we're gonna have on Alicia Baumgartner. So, we'll just go Thursday with that. Check Hook, Zaza Brown, peace and blessings, Queen. Yeah, so Lorenzo Truck Simpson, come on, man. He don't get mentioned with some of the up and coming rising stars in the sport of boxing right now. And he was highly touted, man. Floyd Mayweather wanted to sign him. Everybody was talking about him. Deontay Wilder, is a big fan of his, man. I'm a big fan of his, man. I love his style. I watched him fight in person a couple of times. Abu Khalik Harris L, seen and unseen boxing. Salute. I watched him box a couple of times in person now, man. So I can't wait till he come on, man, and talk about what he got going on. But with that said, Kurt, we got Gervonta Tank Davis calling out Josh Taylor, man. What you think about that?
Tank better leave Josh Taylor alone, man. Tank is a damn good fighter, but let's be honest now. Let's be honest. Just because we like him, don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. He has to beat a top-ranked fighter, not top-ranked as a promotional company, top-ranked as in skill set. You know, Gamboa is a step in the right direction, but this is not the Gamboa before Crawford got rid of him and he lost to Castellanos. So let's pump the brakes. Let Tank fight Gamboa. Let's see what happens. And then let him fight better fight. And then you can start calling out people, because John Taylor will give Tank problems because of his height. And Taylor is a dog on the inside, man. And you know what happens if Tank hit Taylor and nothing will happen? Tank will be moving up, and 5 pounds make a big difference. You don't think it does, but it do. You know, so concentrate to the people that's in your division. You know, and it's funny because Haney is the WBC champion, and the rankings just came out. Tank is #1. So
really,
you know, maybe they can fight. Yeah, maybe they can fight. So,
man, I didn't even see that. Wow.
So maybe they can fight. And you know, listen, man. Tank said he wants this guy. It never comes to fruition. He wants that guy. Now you tell me that, you know, not you, Blue, but in general, did Tank run for Lomachenko? It's time to take the training wheels off Tank Davis.
I agree. Wow, so he's ranked #1 for the WBC then?
I think so, yep.
Wow. And he ain't even fight at 135 yet. It's gonna be his first fight there. But he was the WBC champion at junior lightweight.
Wait a minute. No, he was the somebody correct me on that. I'm catching a brain freeze. No, he wasn't. I don't think so. Quote me on that. I could be wrong. I don't think so. Quote me if we look at the rankings. You know, I think they just came out. I could be wrong, but you know, my point being, you know, when he stepped up, he has to, they carefully, you know, electing opponents, and you know, he hasn't fought anybody of note yet. So before you talk about Taylor, make sure you know you fight other people and leave Josh Taylor alone, because especially you don't want to fight him in the UK.
Yeah, man, that's a difficult fight, man. Oh, they saying Zaza Brown and Check Hook, they said WBA. Salute to CB Sports TV, Jose Villanueva, salute. Jafari Caesar, salute. Yeah, they saying that Avery Apendo, salute. So yeah, they saying that but he was a 2-time champion.
Yeah, he lost his belt on the scale.
Right. So it was he got the WBA both times?
Was he the IBF and WBA? I'm catching the brain freeze.
Yeah, me too, man. That's weird, right? I'm totally.
Usually when you're a champion and you're coming up, they make you mandatory or #1. That's like they did Crawford. He got his first fight against Horn. When he moved up, that's what they do to sanction their bodies.
Right. Yeah. When you hold the belt and you vacate it, you didn't lose it. You move up, you automatically jump to the front of the line. Whatever, man. New Jersey, GTD, salute to my peoples. Yeah. Usually when you the IBF, seen and unseen boxing said the IBF. Okay.
I know one WBC. Maybe I was glancing over and it was WBA instead of BC, so that's my fault.
So it was the WBA and the IBF. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was at the front of the line for the WBC. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know, why not? You know, Harold Jones, Omega Cam, salute. Steve Rogers, salute. I wouldn't put it past it. He is right now. He's currently the biggest name outside of Vasyl Lomachenko. I love Devin Haney. I love Devin Haney. I love Teofimo Lopez, Richard Colmay, Ryan Garcia. I love all those guys, man. The sport of boxing is in good hands. We got Jerron Ennis. We got our special guest, Lorenzo Truck Simpson. The sport of boxing is in great hands for the future, man. it might be in better hands for the future than it currently is. The new crop, you know, as long as they mix it up, could be a better situation than it already currently is right now going on, man. And that and nothing to sneeze at. Just Blaze Jackson 1000 salute. Am I right, Kurt?
Yeah, man, we can have a golden age if they mix it up. You know, Virgil Ortiz and Mario Barrios and, you know, the Heartbreak Kid, Omar's brother, Brandon Figueroa, and don't forget Chris Colbert. You got Chuck Simpson coming up, man. You got Anthony Sims. You got Jerome Ennis. That's a lot of talent, man.
And we got Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah, who's fighting on? They got 2 Superbox cards coming up this Friday, and they got the one. He's fighting on one of them. I think the latter, the second one.
Yeah, it's on Showtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. The sport of boxing is in great hands, man.
All they have to do is fight each other, and we have another golden age, man, like we had in the past.
Yeah, I agree, man. Hopefully they mix it up and give it to us, man. Roy Boy Florida, salute. Dane Watson, Real 6 SB90, Akeem the Great, salute to my peoples, man. Yeah, man, you know, smash the like button, man. We got 40 people, 45 people, man. Let's get 45 likes, man. I don't know. I can't see the likes, so Matthew Valentine, salute. I can't see the likes, so, you know, just smash the like button, man. It should be evened out. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Kurt, you know, as long as they mix it up, man, we could be in for a treat.
Absolutely, man. You know, you still got Gary Russell. I want to see these guys fight each other. We got Shakur Stevenson. Can't forget about him, who's coming off an impressive victory. You know, you got Oscar Boy, man. You know, the teen idol, I call him. You know, and hey, we got talent, man. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we got, man. It could be all types of exciting. They mix it up. You know, Ryan Garcia, and I like the Ryan Garcia. I like the you know, especially if they stay. We didn't even mention Shakur Stevenson, Kurt. You know, we didn't even mention Shakur Stevenson. So we got Shakur Stevenson. You know, who do you feel like is the best of that crop? You know, because Truck Simpson is a super middleweight, and then Jerron Ennis is obviously a welterweight. You know, so I think that they'll be, you know, out of reach for the guys we just named, you know, unless because I don't think Jerron Ennis is going to campaign at welterweight, and eventually he's going to go to 54. Truck is at 68, so we ain't going to see Devin Haney and none of them fight Truck, you know, and I doubt if Jerron Ennis is still around by the time they get up to full-fledged welterweight, you know what I mean? So, you know, out of the crop, you know, the Ryan Garcia, the Devin Haney, the Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo, Richardson Hitchens. You know, Richardson Hitchens is going flying under the radar, man. He ain't nothing short of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. I just want to inform the people that, man. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get him on the show, man. Now that I just thought about it, we're gonna get Richardson Hitchens on the show, man. I'm gonna text him right now. We're gonna get him on the show. I just thought about it. You know, he ain't nothing short, man, of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. It's just that, you know, Shakur Stevenson going to the Olympics and Devin Haney, you know, being linked to Floyd Mayweather and you know, he got a lot of exposure. So they got a lot of more exposure than Richardson Hitchens has gotten thus far. But, man, that dude ain't nothing short of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson as far as talent goes. He got the same speed. Hey, man, Kurt, what's the difference between Richardson Hitchens and Devin Haney? It's outside of experience.
Not much, man. It's just that Haney and Shakur, you know, have more notoriety, has a more of a fan base than Richardson Hitchens. You know, he'll be showcasing his talent, you know, not in mid-November on Showbox, so we can get a good look at him. You know, it's visibility right now because he's very talented, man. You know, but to answer your question, the heavier crop, I would say, Jerron in the longer is 17.
Mm-hmm. Richard Hitchens is fighting Friday, right?
I think it's either November 1st or the 15th.
I think it's November. I think it's the 1st.
The first, okay.
Yeah, because as a matter of fact, I just saw him post something on his Instagram.
Right.
November 1st, I believe it is. He'll be fighting November 1st. So that's it's gonna be on Showbox, right?
Showbox, that's correct.
Yeah. So we get to see him, man. You know what? Now I'm a let me hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up right now as we speak, man, so we can get him on the show. Because he's going unnoticed for whatever reason. Like I said, we understand that everybody else is, Stack Styles, Anthony Lumar, Anthony Bolton, Don Banks, salute. Marquise Johnson, B-Man 910, Ty King Allah, salute. He's been going under the radar. Like I said, everybody else has been fortunate enough to to come through, having Shakur Stevenson went the route, the Olympics. He should have won the Olympics. I thought he won. Then Devin Haney, he grew up in the Mayweather boxing gym, and he's gotten that notoriety. So, and Tank Davis is signed to Floyd Mayweather. And actually, the funny part about it is Richardson Hitchens is signed to Floyd Mayweather as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think he was actually signed before Tank Davis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had more of a buzz early on. Tank just certain fighters' career, it only takes one fight and catch fire, and they blow up, man. They it's like a meteoric rise. Richardson and Hitchens, his career has been less visible.
I like Richardson Hitchens. I'm not being a homer because he's from here, from Brooklyn, but man, that dude got skills, and Little B-Hop got skills too, and he's in the same division as Shakur Stevenson, right? He's at 126, right?
Yeah, that would be a very interesting fight, man.
Yeah, I would love to see that fight. Shakur's a little bit bigger than him, though.
Right, you can tell. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he fills out a little bit better. But how would you see that fight playing out? B-Hop and Shakur.
Oh man, that's a cool fight because I love Cobra speed. Showtime, who goes by the name now. I love Showtime speed. His boxing technique is beautiful. His balance.
Well, I think he actually changed his name to Primetime now.
Yeah, Showtime. I said Showtime. Prime.
Yeah, I think he changed. Yeah, I think he changed it to Primetime now.
Because he came in the ring with the 21 jersey of the football.
Mm-hmm.
That's a close fight, man. Oh man, because both of them will be facing fighters who have perpetual motion. Is who executes better. I would say a hair for Shakur, but I can see Cobra beating Shakur with his speed, man. It'd be a tough fight. It'd be a chess match. It'd be sort of like Pernell Whitaker versus Buddy McGirt. It'd be a high technical chess match.
Yeah. Man, I would love to see that, man. I think B-Hop have a little with Primetime. He have a little more speed than Shakur, but I think Shakur is more accurate. And I think sometimes at times B-Hop could find himself using too much movement. Remember he fought Titus. He used a lot of movement in that fight. That was a big fight, man, especially for New York. But he used sometimes excessive movement. Shakur, I think movement is more calculated. So I would love to see that fight, though. I would love to see that fight.
Like we said, we got a lot of young talent, man. And they just need to fight each other. But that's a fight that maybe will happen down the road. Now, it's up to boxing, these promoters, to make these fights happen, but doesn't matter how many young talent we have. They don't fight each other and fight in mismatches. What's the point? So pressure down the road when they become undefeated, 20-0 and 15-0 and 25-0. Pressure will make them fight each other, sort of like Bosnick and Betterby, where they couldn't go anywhere else but to fight each other. So that's not us fight anymore. So when they become more established as professionals, then we can get some of these fights.
Yeah, Shakur has more power too. Shakur definitely has a more power. Lil B-Hop is more flashy. Ty King a lot said, "Wow, I didn't know B-Hop's son was fighting." No, it's not B-Hop's son. He just goes by the name of Little B-Hop. He used to go by the name of Little B-Hop. Now he go by the name of Primetime. But he got a lot of skills, man. He's from Brooklyn, and he got a lot of skills, man. Like I said, like me and Kurt is saying, man, there's a lot of young talent, in the sport of boxing, man. And as the crop of talent starts to fizzle out, the talent that is coming behind them maybe more talented than the crop we have right now currently. So, man, I'm excited. I'm excited, Kurt. Just as a fan of the sport, man. You know what I'm saying? Just as a fan of the sport, Kurt. I'm super excited, man. Super excited. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, man. What people we have a lot of good fighters, not only prospects and contenders, but champions, man. Like I'm big on 154-pound weight division, man, because you got J-Rock, and I said this the other day, Tony Harrison, looking at Orson Lubin and Lenore Carlo, they're the same prototype. They're athletic fighters with perpetual motion who can box and who can punch, who's very supple and cerebral fighters, and they can do it all. They can knock each other off. And we've seen that Jarrett Hurd, who was the unified champion, he wasn't as good technical as one of those fighters. That's why he lost his title to J-Rock. J-Rock and don't forget Lara, all those guys can fight, man. So they're going to be knocking each other off, man. You can put them in the pot, stay the pot, and come out with some fine New Orleans gumbo.
Yeah.
Because they're the same, man. I was thinking about that. So in boxing, these fights has to happen. And, J-Rock, not J-Rock, but Charlie will be fighting Tony Harrison, man. And we don't know how that fight is going to go. So that's what I'm talking about. It throws a lot of intrigue and mysticism into the sport of boxing.
And Erickson Lubin, we're going to take a call in 1 second, right? Just let us finish this, and we're going to take the call-ins. Erickson Lubin and Sergio Garcia has been ordered, and the winner of that fight is going to face the winner of Jamel Charlo, Tony Harrison, and WBC ordered it. What you think about that?
Mm-hmm. Whoa, you hit me with some more exciting news. I can't wait.
Yep.
Oh, because I'm going to tell you something. If Charlo happens to be Tony Harrison, which is no gimme, 50-50 fight, and once Lubin take care of Garcia, Lubin keep good for boxing for Garcia, Lubin and Charlo is going to be a very different fight. Very different fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be different. So, hey, I'll smack my hands together, like I'm ready to eat some good food, man. And that's how I feel about boxing.
Yeah.
Like I was going to tell you about the 154-pound weight division. Hey, that's good news. Good news.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. Everything play out. Like I said, they're going to be put lost on each other's way.
Yep. GTD, no, he's good now. Wilder's good right now. He's not sick right now. Actually, you can look at the Showtime, the show. They got the, Fight Camp. If you look at Fight Camp on Showtime, on Fox, Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz Fight Camp, you'll see me on there. They tried to cut me out as much as possible, but they couldn't do it too much, man. You'll see me on there. Actually, one of the questions that I was asking him when I was talking to him, they used that question in the Fight Camp. You'll hear him talking about, his fight with Ortiz. Remember, I told you guys, I asked him about the 7th round and all of that. And if you look at Fight Camp on Fox, you'll see me on there. you'll see me in the corner. Actually, my wife was watching, and she's like, "Hey, look, you on Fox?" So I look, and we was watching. I'm like, "Oh, okay." They tried to cut me out as much as possible, but you can see me in there. You can see your boy Blue in there. You know, all in the show. You know what I mean, Kurt? All in the show, Kurt.
All in the videos.
All in the videos. hey, Kurt. In one part, they tried to blur me out. You know what I mean? Like they gave me the blur, but you can still see my hat and my shirt and all that, man. They tried to blur me out, man. But you know, that's how it goes. You know, that's how they do, man. You know, but yeah, let's start taking some calls, Kurt, before truck come on. So go ahead and call in my peopleizations. Go ahead and call in my peopleizations. Let's make it happen. Mike Cap said, I hear your voice on a lot of boxing channels. Salute. Yeah, they don't give me too much credit though, but it's all good. Salute to my brother Jay Good, man. I mean, people know it's me, man. My voice is distinct, so you know, I mean, it is what it is. It don't matter to me, man. Y'all know who I am, so that's all that counts, man. Eric, salute. I seen a lot of videos on Instagram with my interviews, but you know, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey man, one time for your mind.
The
drive by. You already
what's
know.
shaking with your champ?
Hey man, what's good, man? Kurt Sugar, aka Kareem, aka the historian. What's shaking, baby? Talk to
what's going on? Even though you moving to Philly, you what's good?
Yeah, man. You know, I gotta bust the move, man. I've been 2 winters. I gotta me and my man splitting a bill down here, 3 bedrooms down here in Philly. I work out here during the week. On the weekends I go back to East New York. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm paying $1,650 in East New York over top of a 2-bedroom, man. It's killing me, man. So I said, you know what? I found a nice house, you know, in University City. So, you know, I had to consolidate, man. It's just tearing my pockets up, man. You know what I mean? First of all, I got to put a new engine in my 750, man. So I like, listen, we got to consolidate and start stacking this bread back up, man. My pockets are getting thin. You know, I had to be shopping at Macy's, lady. Come on, man. You know, you know, Polo to New York got a cute model. Like, you looking like, come on, baby. I said, hey, listen, you got to. I said, listen, we gonna move down here. I got a good job down here. You know what I mean? So, and she gonna transfer her job down here. You know what I mean? So we just gonna pay her and do what we do, man, and transfer the kids and everything. So we just gonna rock the roll, man. Like I said, when y'all come to Philly now, y'all got a place, man. You know, got a big 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathrooms. Gonna make the man cave. You know what I'm saying? You know, got a 75-inch damn near curved joint. And we
we gonna live good.
Yeah, fully stocked bar. You know, I got all my boys just came back from over, you know, Jamaica and overseas. So they probably had White Henny and all that. So I got mad liquor from overseas, you know, and all that. So we go, you know, when anytime the LGBT comes through Philly, man, now, you know, you got the size dollar in Philly now, holding it down.
Yes, sir.
Y'all come through, contact me, man. And y'all come through, man. Our doors open for the family, man. That's how we do it, bro.
That's
LGBTC style, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey, listen, hey, Blue, I saw you. I watched the replay. We got to take the fight. And I said, look at my boy Blue with the white butt hat on his phone right there. I said, okay. Shout out to Blue Blood. I told my man, I said, no, that's my man right there. That's my man, Blue Blood, a.k.a. Sean.
Yeah.
Hologram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
Yeah,
I was just saying, man, I was watching the fight cam with Wilder and Ortiz, man, Fox. They tried to cut me out as much as possible, man, but they couldn't do it.
Come on, man. We New York, baby.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They got to give us our shine, baby.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A couple of times they just let it go. Like, oh, man, it is what it is. This dude, you know what I mean? But I say, yo, they got some good equipment because I'm like, man, all the scene, I was next to them in everything. Like, I don't know how they cut me out of all of those. It's the angles that they use, man. You know what I'm saying? Their technology. But, yeah,
right.
I was... Man, like I'm like, how I'm not in this one? How I'm not in that one? Like,
right, because you actually know where the camera is.
Yeah.
Like, I got what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
right.
it's like
I definitely see you, though.
Yeah.
Okay, this was my guy yesterday.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The grind don't stop, bro.
The grind don't stop,
Grind
man.
don't stop, man.
I'm just doing my little drive-by, man. Shout out
For
to
sure.
the chat, man. Hey, you know, hey, listen, hey, Blue, man, check out that classic. Y'all subscribe to MREC TV too, man.
Yeah,
that's our guy too.
That's my bro,
you know
right
what I mean?
there.
Gun Toten was over there going head up, man, with this dude, man. This Republican cat. Gun Toten Democrat was in there getting busy in the paint.
Yeah, he stayed getting busy over there too.
He stayed getting busy.
Yeah. Shouts out to GTD, man. Shouts out to GTD, man. He stayed putting that work in. Word up. He put that work in, man.
He definitely put that work in. He ain't holding us down over here too.
Yeah.
Love,
and
man.
he ain't over there talking jibber jabbing, man. He dropping real knowledge on you, man.
Nah, he coming with the facts, man. And he be calling up rep too, like we get busy, give our analysis, you know what I'm saying, and we rock, man. You know how we get down, man.
That's a fact.
We everywhere, man. LBBC everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Definitely. I'm just doing my drive. I'm at work, man. I'm about to shut it down, man. Get people out the building, man. I just want to give everybody a shout out, you know what I mean?
All right, King.
My daily drive by. Shout out to Kirk Sugar and Blue, man. Like I said, man, you got my number in the IG, man.
Yeah, for
Lock
sure.
It in and anytime, man, hit me up, man, and we're going to get busy. We got to link up anyway. I'm overdue, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. You already know.
All right, man. One love to the LBC, man. You already know what we do.
All right, brother.
Talking a lot. I'm out.
Peace. Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Newborn, man, for the DMV.
The DMV in the building. What's good?
What's good, bro?
Hey, nothing. What's shaking with you? You got the DMV in the building, man. Your man about to come on here. He represents the DMV heavy, man. Chuck Simpson. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Man, I'm tripping, man, on this. Davis fighting Taylor, man. That's not even going to happen, bro. But I wanted to get your thoughts on. I'm questioning whether Davis even has the stature to go to 140.
Yeah, he's a little dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know people look at it and say it's only 5 pounds, 35 to 40, but them dudes at 40 is big, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more the height. And Josh Taylor is one of the bigger 140. He has the stature for 147.
He's what, 5'10", I think, right?
Yeah, he's tall. He uses the height. He uses it against PROGRAIS.
Yeah, and then you see, the thing is, when Josh Taylor, he has a ring IQ, his high ring IQ, but when he knows when to fight and when not to fight, and he knows how to use his height and when it's not necessary. And that's the thing that worries me when you compare him to Tank Davis, because we haven't seen Tank Davis in there with adversity. You know what I mean? So, what you think, Kurt?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Look, I'm gonna think fight, man. Only special fighters can overcome height and weight advantages, man. Disadvantages when they move up in weight.
Hold on one sec, Kurt. Hey, bro, do me a favor, turn the radio down or something, because I'm hearing the feedback. All right, go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, only special fighters can overcome weight and height disadvantages, man. They move up in multiple weight divisions and fought bigger people and were victorious. Technically, has a lot to prove. I know Tank can fight, but I'm still a little uneasy about adversity, because I could see Tank being frustrated and like quitting, still fighting but quitting. So he has to fight better people, man. But leave Josh Taylor alone. Concentrate on other fighters in your division.
Yeah,
totally agree. Hey, but also, Blue, I'm hearing you talk about Canelo gonna stop Kovalev. Canelo don't stop nobody though.
Yeah, but it's the opponent that he's gonna be in there with. Kovalev is there to be stopped, man. Yard could have stopped him. The problem with Yard is he didn't respect the sport. He didn't train properly. He didn't spar. I mean, listen, you gotta respect the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And Kovalev is there to get stopped. You know, if you have any type of skill set, you can stop Sergey Kovalev right now. Aleta Alvarez, he showed that, but Aleta Alvarez is a one-dimensional fighter, right?
Big dude, though. Big guy.
Yeah, but it's not even the size. What it is with Kovalev, it's going to work in Canelo advantages. The fact that he's short in stature, and he's probably he's top 3 best body punchers in the sport of boxing right now. And that's Kovalev's obvious weakness. You know what I'm saying? Glaring weakness. And on top of it, Kovalev have stamina issues. So, you know.
So does Canelo.
Yeah, he does. But you know what? Canelo has a higher ring IQ than Sergey Kovalev. So Kovalev, when he was in there with Yard, you know, he puts himself in positions where he exudes all his energy, where he makes it harder on himself. You know what I mean? And Canelo is going to cut the ring off. He's going to use it smart. You know, and remember, Canelo's not going to have so much stamina issues now because he's not cutting so much weight going into this fight.
Yeah, right? I'm going to disagree with you on this, but actually, I got Kovalev stopping Canelo, and I'm glad that it's going to happen because they're giving out these franchise. They didn't even get Floyd Mayweather franchise. Canelo's going to lose, and Lomachenko's going to lose, and I'm glad because they're not Floyd Mayweather.
Well, so how you think Kovalev going to stop him?
I think his jab is going to keep him off of him. I think he's going to hit him. I don't think he's going to be able to take that. I think he's underestimating the power of Kovalev, and that is one of the last things that goes on the boxer. I hear a lot of people say it. I believe that. I think that Canelo bit off too much. I think he's going to get stopped. I know Canelo's not going to stop him. He doesn't stop anybody, so I'm not really buying that. And
that's you're wrong there. If you're there to be stopped, Canelo will stop you. If you're there to be stopped, he will stop you. When it's a fighter that he's supposed to stop, he stops you. He never been in a ring with a fighter that he's supposed to stop and didn't stop him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think people pushing the narrative, but I don't think he's going to stop Kovalev. I think Kovalev's going to stop him.
No, what I'm saying is he gets the stoppages, but you know it's different levels. So when you look at a Triple G, it's hard to stop Triple G, especially when Triple G at points in time of the fight was in survival mode. He didn't really engage. And then when you're talking about Lara didn't engage. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, he stopped everybody he's supposed to stop. I think it's overblown. Canelo not stopping somebody. You know what I'm saying? Danny Jacobs was there to survive. It's hard to stop guys that at this level when they're there to survive. Danny Jacobs wasn't engaging at all. Danny Jacobs didn't throw anything of significance in that fight. He refused to let his hands go, and he didn't want to throw any power punches. He didn't want to commit to anything. It's hard to stop a fighter that's moving like that. What you think, Kurt?
Absolutely. I got Canelo by 9th round TKO because, people who Kovalev, this is my opinion, is that they're thinking about the pressure when he fought Jamal Hopkins and before that. This Kovalev, he's been knocked out twice. He's ready to be beaten. He's very good. Didn't have the experience, and that round keeps me playing in my head. When Canelo seen that, Canelo's going to, you see how that fade. You know, after the Yard fight, it will look good. Kovalev just can't take it to the body, man. And Kovalev, Canelo's too smart. He's going to put that jab. Early on, he's going to have success with it, and Canelo's going to start sweeping that jab. And after the 5th round, it's all downhill for Kovalev. That's just what I see. And I'm predicting the 9th round PKO. Either with a hook to the body, he's going to break him down, and he's going to hit with an overhand right. I see that landing on Kovalev. So I like Canelo because of the mark.
Yeah, I see what you're saying when you say that Kovalev. Because if Kovalev stays disciplined and stays behind the jab and just use a basic bland plan, a 1-2, a jab, and if Canelo get close, tie him up. That should be his game plan because he has he still has power and he obviously have the size advantage. So use the basic game plan, a 1-2, a jab, constant jab. When it presents itself, use the straight right. When Canelo gets too close, tie him up. Make it a boring, like Winky Wright did to Tito Trinidad. Use that game plan. Jab, 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 jab. When you get in range and you present yourself to make yourself vulnerable to the straight right, let it go. Hit him with the straight right. And you get too close, tie him up because he's definitely the bigger guy, so you could tie him up. It's not hard to tie him up. But the thing is Kovalev going to be disciplined enough to follow such a game plan? Because he's going to leave himself open to some punches. He's just going to do it.
Well, everybody's going to get hit. And he has a good jab, one of the better jabs in boxing. Not the best anymore, but he still has a great jab, and the jab is a very important punch.
Let me ask you a question. How many times you seen Winky Wright get hit by Trinidad in that fight? Exactly.
Wait, say that again now?
I said, how many times you seen Winky Wright get hit by Trinidad in that fight?
I'm really not following how we got to Trinidad and Winky Wright.
Because I said, if you remember how Winky Wright game plan was to beat Trinidad? Trinidad was a power puncher. He was the shorter guy. He was the smaller guy coming up in weight, right? And so Trinidad was the favorite. Remember that?
Okay.
And the game plan that Winky Wright used to defeat Trinidad. That's what I said. I just gave it a game plan for Kovalev. Like you said, Kovalev has a beautiful jab and he still has power, but you have to be disciplined, right? So I said that if he uses the jab, use a very, very bland game plan. Use your jab, stay behind the jab, use the straight right when it presents itself. And if Canelo gets in close, you tie him up, right? So that was the game plan that Winky Wright used against Trinidad. So when you said every fighter gets hit, I said, how many times did you see Winky Wright get hit against Trinidad? It's all
that fight. I'm aware of the fight, but how it played out don't really come to mind, so I can't really elaborate on that.
Okay. But what I was getting at, I see what you're saying, but what I was getting at was Winky Wright stayed disciplined from round 1 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And Kovalev just got to stay disciplined from round 1 to 12 because he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt to the body. Canelo has. Go ahead, Kurt. No, go ahead, Kurt.
The way you beat Canelo, now Kovalev, he's not Muhammad Ali when it comes to footwork. All he wants to do is move a little and throw a jab at the same time. It would change everything in a fight. Not only jabbing, but you got to concentrate on the footwork because Canelo has good upper body movement. And his feet are like Jerry Coons. He has bad footwork. You know, that's how you beat him. That's the key. McGirt is working on Kovalev, just moving just enough. And with the length and the height and the long jab, the fight changes. The complexity of the fight changes. And you have to do it for 12 rounds and make it bland. Sort of like Laura, but not that bland. Kovalev will be more aggressive. He had to pick his spot and put that right hand behind it to make Canelo honest and respect him. I would sneak that right hand, but I would be patient. I already know what the game plan should be for Kovalev, but what it would be, what McGirt, put footwork for Kovalev just to move enough to get out the range and use that jab and a double jab frustrated and throw that strong right hand behind it. And see what happens. But I don't think you can do that.
I'm looking forward to calling back in because Kovalev has beautiful footwork.
Kovalev has beautiful footwork?
Yeah, it's problem with stamina, but I think Canelo has a stamina problem. I think that Kovalev is going to stop him. I really can't change your mind. I
think that he showed educated footwork in the second Aleta Alvarez fight. The first Aleta Alvarez fight, he didn't show no beautiful footwork. The two Andre Ward fights, he didn't show beautiful footwork because he couldn't even cut the ring off.
I want to call it this.
Man, Andre Ward, Canelo too. Canelo couldn't be no Andre Ward.
No, what I'm saying is, you said Kovalev have beautiful footwork. If you got beautiful footwork, you got beautiful footwork regardless of who your opponent is standing in the other corner. Just because you're standing across the ring from a legend don't mean that you don't have beautiful footwork. Floyd Mayweather got beautiful footwork. He stood across the ring from many legends, and his footwork stood out because it was beautiful. If Kovalev had beautiful footwork, Eleider Alvarez wouldn't have been able to catch up to him the way he did, because obviously in the second fight, he showed us that Eleider Alvarez don't have beautiful footwork. He has no footwork. And he don't have a high ring IQ. Go ahead, Kurt.
The thing is, this is not Crusher anymore. Now, if he was Crusher before the Hopkins fight and during that fight before the Andre Ward, because I think Andre Ward took a lot out of him, this would have been a very interesting fight. But this is not the same guy. He's not the same fighter he was. And he didn't get knocked out by Alvarez. The reason he won that rematch is that Alvarez was ill-prepared mentally and physically. And, Buddy McCurdy in his corner, but even though he was lucky to escape Yard had him, Kovalev was a dangerous fighter when he was a Crusher. But this is not the same guy. This is Crusher, Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev is who he is right now. He's a little past it, and Canelo, that's one of the reasons why he took this fight.
Right, because Canelo sees a vulnerability.
Well, I'm kind of glad he took the fight, because I'm looking forward to seeing him get knocked out. I'll be calling back in. I know.
Hey, let me ask you this before you leave. You said that you see this is the double standards that we see, right? So you said that Canelo, you said Canelo don't stop nobody, right? So that's why you said that he won't stop Kovalev, because he don't stop nobody. But in the flip side, you're saying he's gonna get knocked out, but you ain't never seen him get knocked out. You never even seen him visibly hurt.
Well, when I'm saying nobody, I mean obviously he has KOs on his resume.
Right, but I'm saying but he has more. He has stopped more people than we've seen him visibly hurt. So what's the odds that he gets stopped?
Well, who has he stopped that's elite?
I mean, we can't say that. The fact is, you said he didn't stop nobody.
No, I mean you holding me to it.
Right, he been in the ring.
I'm aware that he has KOs on his
record. No, I know. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like he hasn't, But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna say he didn't stop nobody, then on the flip side, you got to say, what's the odds of him getting knocked out? Because you ain't never even seen him visibly hurt. So now all of a sudden, Sergey Kovalev is gonna knock him out.
He heightened the odds himself by coming up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Classes,
I agree with you.
Not giving any clauses to the fight, and he heightened that up himself against a guy who is known for knocking people out. And so maybe we're gonna see the first time he get knocked out.
But you got to remember too.
And I'm gonna be glad that it's gonna happen because of all this franchise stuff, and I'm glad he stepped into this war.
And think about it too, Kovalev. We see. He knocked out Anthony Yard, but Anthony Yard knocked himself out. It was more stamina than it was Kovalev knocking him out. He just couldn't get up. He didn't have no more stamina. So it was more so the lack of stamina and the lack of preparation for the fight and the disrespect towards the fight with Anthony Yard more so than it was Kovalev knocking him out.
Well, I mean, that constant jab had a lot to do with that too.
I mean, he was putting that work on him.
But that constant jab had a lot to do with that as well.
Yeah, he was putting the work on him, but he wasn't showing the power, knockout power. It was more or less the stamina. Am I right, Kurt?
I think we concentrate too much on knockout. Remember, a fighter only has to win by knockout or via decision, And when you fight at a certain level, those knockouts don't come on a regular basis, So, we have to wait to start it. I can't wait because I'm fired up, man. It's still a very intriguing and interesting fight. The fight is going to win, which is Canelo.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hey, we're going to get to one more caller before our special guests come in. So I appreciate you calling in. Make sure you keep calling in, bro. Make sure you check in.
I'll be calling in when that knockout comes.
Oh, yeah. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen for sure.
All right.
Hey, matter of fact, Kurt, you want to do the show after the fight this Saturday night?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Yeah, so we'll try to set up so we'll do the show and then everybody can call in after the fight is over.
All right.
All right.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's D-Lo 404. What's going on, man?
D-Lo, what's shaking with you, bro?
Man, you got it.
Yes, sir. I'm a squirrel in your world. Hey, we're going to have to try to make it a little bit quick because we're going to have a special guest calling in about 10 minutes.
I got you. Hey, I just want to say, man, I kind of want to agree a little bit with the other guests.
Uh-huh.
You know, Canelo and fights that, you know what I'm saying, you asked who has he not knocked out that he was supposed to knock out?
Right.
I think Canelo was supposed to knock out Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Oh, yeah. You right.
Coming down that way, came in the ring looking like Skeletor.
Mm-hmm. You right.
You know what I'm saying?
You right.
I mean, he didn't come close to knocking that man out. He never hurt him.
Hey, you right about that one. I forgot about that one. And Chavez was there to get knocked out. You right.
Yeah, I mean, he was a punching bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. Hey, I forgot about that one.
No, I can't. I'm not sure how that power is going to translate at 175, man. I know he won't be draining himself down. Canelo doesn't have great reach. You know, Kovalev has a reach advantage. Canelo struggles getting past the jab. We saw that with GGG. You know what I'm saying? And I thought GGG hurt him a couple of times, even though he hurt him a couple of times. So I don't doubt that Kovalev hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I think all of that trying to go through the body can get Canelo knocked out. Because gotta think Kovalev will be punching down at him.
Mm-hmm.
If he catches him going to the body.
Yeah.
And Canelo is weak to the body. And Canelo takes a lot of breaks in his fights, especially after like 5 rounds. Canelo takes break after break after break trying to get a second win. If Kovalev was able to keep his foot on the gas at that point, I think he can get Canelo out of there. At least drop him a couple times.
Hey, listen, I can't wait for this fight, man, because it's so intriguing. Because what Canelo Alvarez does great is Sergey Kovalev's weakness, and but in the flip side, he's going up. It's so much of a difference in size advantage, and Kovalev is not, just he ain't Rocky Fielding. You know what I'm saying? Right. So exactly. That's what's so intriguing about it. Kurt, what you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, even though Kovalev not the crusher, it's still an intriguing fight. He's an elite fighter. You know, he has power, has a good depth. If Buddy McGirt, who's a very good trainer, implement the right game plan, it's going to make it a lot harder for Canelo to win. You know, he can't just stand there and exchange punches with Canelo because that's what Canelo wants. You know, if he's boxing and do the jab and move a little bit, it's going to be hard for Canelo. You know, and if Kovalev is in great shape and he's up for the fight, his mind is right, it'll be very interesting, you know, because now Canelo's going to have to overcome obstacles he never overcame before, you know. So, and we don't have long, man. You know, we like 4 or 5 days away. I can't wait. You know, it's very intriguing. So, you know, we'll see Saturday night.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait, man. You know, like I said, man, the sport of boxing is at an all-time high right now. It's exciting, man. We got this fight. What other fight am I missing this month? I know, obviously, we got Wilder Ortiz, but what was the other fight, Kurt?
We got Nui versus Donaire.
Nui versus Donaire. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that fight, man. And I think that's going to be a tougher fight than advertising for Nui, man. I don't think he's just going to blow through Donaire like people are thinking, man. You know, but this fight right here is exciting for me, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for this Saturday, man. You know, we had tons of fights this past weekend. Now we got this big fight. You know what I mean? So I definitely can't wait for this fight to come to fruition. Like I said, I believe that Canelo Alvarez is going to stop Sergey Kovalev to the body. Once he gets him hurt to the body, he ain't going to let him off the hook like Anthony Yarde. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Once he gets him hurt to the body, he ain't going to let him off the hook like Anthony Yarde let him off the hook. He should have been able to get rid of him. But, you know, he didn't. You know what I mean? So, Canelo, he ain't gonna let you off the hook. He's gonna capitalize. You know what I mean? But you got anything else you got, D-Lo? Because I got.
No, I mean I know you got that caller. I mean your special guest coming in. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I just want to say, you know, what I'm saying, the other thing of it is we got to look at Canelo wearing down too. You know, he's in a lot of fights, and he's had a lot of tough fights lately, where he's not just dominating and just running away from guys, regardless of what the scorecards are saying. So we don't know how much, you know, it's taken out of either fighter. So it's gonna be an intriguing matchup, and I think it's actually a pick'em fight, not a. You know, I know somebody has to be a favorite, but I mean, to me, it's a pick'em fight because you don't know which dynamic is gonna play out. But that's all I gotta say on it, man. I appreciate you taking the call, man. It's good to be on here with you guys. I appreciate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all, and I'm glad y'all got the show going. And I try to tune in as much as I can, man.
Anytime, D-Lo. You already know, man. A staple here for Blue Blood Sports TV. I appreciate you, D-Lo.
All right, man. I'm out. Peace, sir.
All right, brother.
Yo, peace, D-Lo.
Yeah, let me send this link out.
Then when I came to
Just send this link out. Yeah, Kurt, you could cook while I do this.
Okay. Yeah, you know, man, I told y'all about this series on Netflix called Carlos Monzon's Knockout Blow. You know, I ain't getting paid for advertising it. Yeah, you know, I ain't getting no check, but it's a very good series. Carlos Monzon, we don't talk a lot about. He was the lineal middleweight champion for 7 years, man. He was not a good fighter. He was a great fighter. You know, he was 89 wins, 3 defeats, 9 draws with 59 knockouts, something like that. I'm close. He had a booming right hand, tall and rangy. You know, it goes him starting his boxing career in Argentina, and at the same time, the murder of his wife. You know, and it's very intriguing. Excuse me. It's very intriguing. You know, they got like 13 episodes, man. So I'm on episode number 3. So I want to binge watch. My wife keep calling me, but I think tonight I'm gonna watch an episode and probably a couple tomorrow. It's a very good show. It's on Netflix, man.
Yeah.
Just like
what's the name of it again? What's the name of it again?
Carlos Monzon, A Knockout Blow.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, man. I'm gonna check that out tonight, man. Give me some routes and check that out, man. I love a good Netflix flick, man. Especially late at night when everybody's sleeping, man. You know, I check it out, man. You know, I can enjoy it at that time. You know what I mean? And I love stories like that, man. I keep watching that Sugar Ray Robinson one. I love that one, man. One on YouTube. Yeah.
I'm surprised they made a movie about him, man. They gotta make a movie about Sugar Ray Robinson. Jamie Foxx supposed to have made a movie about Mike Tyson, but it never came to fruition. But they got the Sonny Liston documentary November 15th.
Oh, we got him in the building, man. We got him in the building. There you go. What's shaking with your chin?
What's good? What's good? I'm just leaving hot yoga.
Okay, getting it in.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to introduce you to my co-host, man, Kurt Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, man. We got Lorenzo.
What's good?
Lorenzo Simpson, what's good, man? My name is Kurt.
What's good?
I'm from your career, man. You one of the young up and coming stars in boxing. I love the way your punches flow. I've been watching boxing for almost.
Appreciate it.
I followed you when you saw, I believe it was Dwayne Williams. You took him out, so you know I'll be following your career, man, in the boxing rich city of Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. I definitely appreciate it a whole lot.
Hey, champ, man. You know you got your amateur background. You finished 196-3.
Yeah.
Man. and see, this is what I'm talking about, right? We should get a lot more. The world should know about this. You know what I mean? We hear about Vasyl Lomachenko's background, amateur background, and we hear about Usyk's amateur background, but you have a high decorated amateur background yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be celebrated, man. That needs to be celebrated. It really does, man.
Yeah. I think them guys just came in like so much older, and like they was through the Olympic twice. I think that's too much, but it was good for them. See, now they pro career like very short because they coming in the professional game very old. So I just did it at a way younger age.
Yeah. Now, just introduce yourself to the people, man. Let them know, you know what I mean, who you are. You know what I mean? Let them know. They should already know, but let them know who you are, what you got going on, and things of that nature.
Lorenzo Truck Simpson, 14-time national champion, gold junior Olympic medalist, silver Olympic medalist, 5-0, 4 knockouts. That's me.
And I watched you fight in person a few times, man. And I just want to tell the people, if they ain't see you fight in person, man, it's a sight to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're gonna get better. So, you know, I can't. I'm a fan, man. You know what I mean? I know I'm a journalist, so I'm supposed to be neutral, man. But I'm a fan, man. I got to keep it 100. So I'm a fan. You know what I mean? And you train out the gym with you truck, and we got Tank coming out the same gym, man. You know what I'm saying? How you get those? How y'all get those names, man?
When we was young, like our gym known for giving names, but when you had to show what your name was going to be. So my first day that I came to the gym, I sparred and I ran him over. They said, this kid is strong with a big head, so hey, we're gonna call him Truck. And I ran with the name ever since.
Yeah, and you get a lot of praise, man. Floyd Mayweather praise you, Deontay Wilder praise you. You know, they fans of yours, man, and that says a lot. When you get, you know, your peers that are fans of yours, that says a lot, man. When they in awe of you, man, especially when you just coming into the game like you coming into the game, man. You know, how does that feel, man? How does that feel?
It's amazing. Definitely, I had got Floyd. I'm so young. I'm 15 years old. I was around him a lot. He a good friend of mine. I still talk to him. Deontay Wilder, man, did a series with Uninterrupted, the network. It was just amazing having them opportunities. Just getting to know these world champs at a very young age.
Yeah, man. Hey, Kurt, you got something you want to ask him?
Yeah, I want to ask Chuck, who's the sole person that got you involved in boxing, or was it a specific fight, or was it your father or grandmother or anybody that was important in life got you to the gym? Can you explain and tell the people who you from?
I come from a very tough city of Baltimore, Maryland. So I was young. I was fighting a lot. And my aunt was married to Hassan Rockman. So I went to Hassan Rockman camp. I think that was Olev Maskav camp. I went to camp. I just it was supposed to be punishment for me. I was around all the older, camps like real meal preps, and so I was just doing it all with the older guys. And instead of it being a punishment for me, it turned into something I actually loved. I loved everything about it. Going to the gym morning and night, runs. I fell in love with it. And ever since then, I came back to Baltimore.
Now to be a young fighter, man, you got a high ring IQ. You know, from the first time I saw you fight to the second time I saw you fight to the third time, so it's like it jumps right out at you. You know, that you growing, you getting better and better, and it's only 5 fights in. You know, so I can only imagine when you get to 20 fights in. You know, we see guys, gain experience and show different levels, later on in their career, but you showing it every single fight, man. What is it that you do? What you pay attention? It seems like you pay very, very close attention to detail, man. Because you locked in, man, and it just shows.
I'm trying to get a championship mindset early, so when the time comes, I cannot be doubted. Nobody will overlook me. Nobody won't say that I'm not ready or I'm too young. So every fight, I just feel like why not get better? I'm going into different camps. I just was in Devin Haney camp. That's a very good friend of mine. I will be in Tony Harrison camp. I'm learning, studying. Man, my uncle, we not playing with the sport. I feel like I'm young right now, so I grasp on the things very fast. When you're young, everything is much sharper. So I'm just studying and working very hard, trying different things, testing the limits, doing everything I can to be a great athlete and a great boxer.
Yeah, I saw another thing I saw that I was impressed with is when you had your opponent hurt, you didn't just, young fighters, you see them get hurt and they just jump in and they go for the kill and try to get him out of there. No, you still took your time and made sure that he was legit hurt before you got him out of there and finished him, man. Where does that mindset come from? That growth? at a young age?
Spawn with these B A and B class world champs. I sparred with Terrence before. I sparred with a lot of world champions. I'm just saying, just saying it. Ben, Jared Hurd, J Rock, just saying when they get guys hurt, they don't just. It's too many times we see young fighters get guys hurt. They run into something, and now it's the other way around. I like to seize it, feel it, and when the opportunity is bright as ever, then you get them out of there.
Yep. Hey, Kurt, you got something else for him?
I want to ask Truck, what's your favorite punch and what do you work on in sparring?
So coming up, I was a good going forward guy. I've been working on a lot of boxing, a lot of ring generalship, and moving punches, not getting touched at all. That's my plan. Not being able to get touched at all. Being real slippery. But my favorite punch, left uppercut. If I land it, it's gonna be bad show.
Good night punch.
Yeah, it's a big punch.
Go ahead.
I know how to, like it's just something that you naturally how to get the right shift on my left uppercut.
Right. Go ahead, Kurt.
Who was your Who was your favorite fighter growing up? Did you try to emulate a fighter? Do you think you have a particular style, or you just have a style of your own?
No, not at all. I think I have a style of my own. I think I pick pieces and parts of every fighter that I like, and not even every fighter I like. I think took stuff from amateurs. I think we don't give praise to the amateurs enough. That's doing their thing. I take a lot from the amateurs, bring it to the pros, because a lot of pros they work slow. I like to have a high rate of working. I take a lot of stuff for anything I feel that I need to use. I just take it and I put it into my own style.
And how do you not get caught up in? Because you obviously got power, right? And you accurate with your punches. How do you not get caught up with the power punch? How do you not get caught up with just wanting to land a big punch?
Spawn, training, experiencing the things. I'm not. It's not like I'm the perfect fighter. It happened to me before where I fell into the power, get caught. Oh, I won't do that again. Or I got tired, won't do that again. Because now it's about gaining experience. Now that I know what happens if I fall in love to the power. You see the guys that only have power, they didn't last that long in the sport. So I'm trying not to be one of them.
Now you 19, right?
Yeah.
That's, man, watching you fight. Listen, that blows my mind. Just like when I watched Devin Haney fight, man, it's like you guys. I just was saying the sport of boxing is in great hands and moving forward in the future. We got a great crop of fighters right now, but when they start to fizzle out, the new crop with you guys coming in, I believe that it may even be better than what we have right now. You know what I'm saying? And
I think so as well.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys are, no disrespect to none of them, but I just feel like you guys are more locked in to the sport of boxing opposed to just the
money.
Right.
Yeah. We was in the amateurs. We fought for everything. It was for the love. We fought for everything. The money is a bonus, of course. You got to feed your family. You got to do what you love. Hey, the money a bonus. We really love the sport. We all had to fight to get here. We just want to keep fighting and keep getting better. Show who's better.
Right. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, we got, like Blue said, some very good young American fighters in general, but the super middleweight division, we have you, Lorenzo Simpson, we have Anthony Simmons Jr. Sometimes he goes back and forth from 168, 175, and we have Tony Powell. So I'm looking forward to you guys' careers, man, and I'm gonna be having my eyes on you guys, good young fighters, man, and I just can't wait till you guys make it up, man. With the super fighters in the division, but you have a lot of natural skill, man. It know who you was, and I watch all day, every day, and I'm like, who's this kid? And I was like, the talent jumps out at me. The way you put the punches together, the short rolls, the uppercut, straight right. I was like, this kid can fight, man. So, man, I just like, I'm, my own on the truck.
Guys, you keep following me. It's gonna be fireworks in the future.
And let me ask you this, right? So the couple of times I saw you fight on the Zone and different networks like that. So what you
Yeah.
got going on right now? I know you're doing your own thing now, right?
Yeah. I'm unsigned. Everybody that offered me a deal, anybody you can think of. I'm just weighing my options right now. I'm just saying to myself, if the deal was right, I'll sign it.
Yeah, see, that's what I like, man. I like that. You're taking your career, the bull by the horns. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you're gonna be patient. It's like Devin Haney. We see Floyd Mayweather. He did that. And I love that, man. I love that you guys do that, man. Especially being young black fighters. And we got to support y'all, man. 1,000%, man. We're gonna back you 1,000%.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely about building myself. I'm throwing my own shows at 19 years old. My next fight will be on my own show, November 16th at LaFontaine Blue in Glen Brandy, Maryland. I'm throwing my own shows, having fighters on my undercard, meeting different fighters. Hopefully, I'll start signing fighters. Just building a foundation so I can get what I want.
And let them know your next fight is gonna be.
November 16th at LaFontaine Blue and Glen Brandy.
Yep. And I'll be there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah, for sure, man. Now top 5 fighters right now, if not including yourself, who would you say?
Like best fighters or like prodigies.
The best fighters. Both. Give me 5 of both.
For prodigies, I'm gonna give of course I'm gonna say Ryan. I don't think he's a contender yet, but the whole foundation he got, people don't give him enough credit. The man, he doing everything inside and outside of boxing. You can say what you want to say about his talent. He's beating guys his rank. He doing what he got to do to stay to keep his name relevant. So I'm gonna go with Ryan. Prodigies. I'm gonna go with what's the kid from Stockton? What's his name?
From Stockton?
Yeah, the kid from Stockton.
Who is that? No, I don't.
I like him. I like Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is a good one. Bam Rodriguez. I like them. I like him. Little guy, pack a big punch. That's my main guys right there. And for champions, you gotta go Canelo first. I'm hearing a lot about how he putting Lomachenko first. I can't see it. I don't see how I obviously don't see how it's debatable. I think Canelo first. I'm gonna go Crawford, Spence, Usyk, and then I'll go Lomachenko.
Now let me ask you this, right? I think that Canelo is gonna stop Sergey Kovalev. What you think?
I think so. Too slow. I think Floyd taught Canelo amazing lesson. Like that fight just turned him into a different fighter. He don't even fight like a Mexican no more. He fight like just a black fighter mixed with so many different attributes.
Right.
I think he's too slow. He way too slow.
Yeah, I always say this, man. Canelo he's a weird dude. From the waist down, it's like he's a Mexican, right? But from the waist up, it's like a black fighter. He could bend, he could, he move, he got movement, he got rhythm, he could counter,
he turned his head.
He turned his head, yeah. And he counter punch you, he got power, like he's slick from the waist up. Yeah, and I think that he surprised a lot of people because of that, man.
Yeah, but if anybody remember, before that Floyd fight, I ain't never seen Canelo move his head.
Exactly.
That Floyd fight, I just feel like instead of him taking it as a loss, and everybody at Floyd fight, they get on a decline and they just start messing up in their life outside the ring because they got so much money. He took it as a lesson. Every fight since, he been blowing guys out. He been unbelievable.
Or they saying Gabriel Flores from
Gabriel Flores.
Yeah, man. Listen. What you think about Tank calling out Josh Taylor?
Tank. Can't nobody. I don't think nobody could beat Tank. A focused Tank is a dangerous Tank. I don't think nobody could beat him when he focused. But that's the only question with Tank is if he gonna be focused. Josh Taylor doing his thing right now. Tank doing his thing. Hey, if it's really what they want to say it is, hey, get in the ring. Let's see it happen.
What you think about now? You say you close with Devin Haney. You know,
Yeah.
I was supposed to have Bill on earlier, but we're gonna probably have him on tomorrow or something. But what you think about the WBC giving him the belt and then elevating Vasyl Lomachenko? You know, and everybody is it seemed like they blaming Devin for the way he received the belt. It's not his fault, you know, in the way he got it.
Yeah, I talk to Devin every day. I knew about this before this was even like before it even happened. They told him it was gonna happen. Devin was extremely sad about this. He did not he didn't want it this way. But I said, listen, bro, we close friends. You're a world champion. Can't nobody ever take that from you. It ain't like these other guys out here that's contenders to that's trying to fight Lomachenko. They bring up Lomachenko name. They being quiet. They not saying nothing about him. Devin is the only person that I see always Lomachenko fight me. Lomachenko fight me. Win, lose or draw. Even though I know he will win, he always keep his 10 toes down. He always said that he wanted to fight him. You cannot blame him for not getting a fight. It ain't like he built up the fight and then said I don't want to fight him.
Right.
But I think that's definitely some bullshit because like how can he lose? He still got the belt.
Yeah,
Right.
it's amazing. He can't lose.
I heard that he could never lose the belt. Like
right. So if he fights the winner Richard Comey Teofimo Lopez fight, he could be undisputed. He don't have the WBC. Devin has the WBC.
I don't understand that.
He could be undisputed, but if he lose, he's still like that makes no sense. So you gain nothing by fighting him, but he gains everything by fighting you. So,
exactly. So if he was to go back and even to fight Devin and lose, he still had a belt, right?
He still be franchise belt.
Oh yeah, I don't get that.
That's amazing, right? So if he fights Teofimo Lopez, the winner of that fight is because he still have the WBA and the WBO. So he fights the winner of that fight is for the IBF. But if he wins, then he'll be undisputed because he has the WBC. But if the winner of that fight, if Teofimo Lopez wins, then he's not undisputed because he can't gain the WBC. That's like how does that?
So if he win, what is Devin belt? Just if he win and be undisputed, what is his belt like?
It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. Like it has no place in the sport of boxing.
I want to know: do he still even pay sanction fees for the franchise belt?
That's a question I'd like to know as well, man. It's like it's mind-boggling. There's no, I don't even know what to say about it. Man.
No, they get half of them checks or something. I don't know. They didn't build him his own damn belt. Floyd didn't buy his own belt.
Right, and they saying because of his accomplishments, but you know when
they could have gave him a Ukrainian belt or something. They gave Floyd diamond belt, money belt.
Right.
He get a belt.
Right, and the thing is, you give Lomachenko this status, but he won the belt vacant against Luke Campbell, and he never defended it. So what accomplishments did he accomplish?
Another thing is, when the tournament was brought up by the WBC, Devin was the only one out of the young fighters that didn't back out. He fought all the way to his way to get his chance, then he still took the chance away from him. So I definitely don't see how people were blaming him about he never backed out.
And that's why I said that your amateur background has to be celebrated. Why? Because when Mauricio was asked about it, he said it's because of Lomachenko's background, because of his amateur background. Okay, so then look at your amateur background. Then that means
when I get up there and I smash him, I'm gonna tell him I need my franchise.
That's what we're saying, man. You understand? Like
all that franchise, yo.
It needs to be recognized. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's just given to, in my opinion, it's just given to them in order for them not to fight a certain fighter. You know, like Canelo was there supposed to fight Jamal, and it's like they just elevate him out the blue, and it's like it's you giving him a belt. Here, just satisfying your mandatory. Here, just give him the belt. Here, you could take it, and we'll be. It's just not. It's no place for it. And when you guys, in my opinion, you guys put your life on the line for our entertainment. Let it be earned. Don't take an accomplishment away from somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Hey, Kurt, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, I know about Baltimore Truck. I lived in East Baltimore for a year. It's a boxing city that has great competition. Um, how many times a week do you spar or do you train? I'm gonna let you answer that. Then I got another question.
I train all year round, but when I get down to the 6 weeks, I spar 3 times for the first two, twice for the second two, and then the last two, like the two in the middle, the like guys get a little lighter, but the first two guys are heavier, so because they can take my power, just going full force, because I'm a little bit heavier. But like the last 2 weeks before the fight, they smaller guys.
Okay, another question. What's your walking around weight in between fights?
I walk around like 175 to make 54. Not that big. I stay fit even when I'm not having no fight. I always train.
Now, let me ask you this question. I know Floyd Mayweather gives us the persona that he goes out, he hangs out, he parties, he do his things, but he really don't. Are you? Do you engage in those type of activities outside the sport of boxing, in between fights and stuff like that?
I had fun. Not really parties. Party not really my thing all the time. Definitely not. But if I got to, or it's a celebration of life for somebody that I love, or a good friend, I'll definitely step out, show my face. I have fun different ways, but party in the club, I don't drink or nothing, so I don't see why. Girls gonna come. I always had girls my whole life, so I don't see what's there for me. So, but I had fun. I had fun with my loved ones, different ways. We might go arcade, paintball, anything. I just went to yoga. That was fun for me and my uncle. Just cool little things.
Right, and I ask that because you just don't seem like you all the way locked into the sport. You know what I mean? You can pretty
Yeah,
much
I can party. I can party when I'm old. I can
right,
party when I'm old.
right. Yeah, you seem like you all the way locked in. Now, what would be your dream fight? Before they retire or anything like that. If they're currently in the sport, what would be your dream fight?
Hopefully, by the time they give me my chance, I know I'll be there in 2 years by far, without no doubt. I want Canelo, Gigi, either one of the Charlos. Uh, but Gigi and Canelo would be my dream fight. Gigi fell down. I really wanted that fight, but he falling, like you just see he going under. But Canelo, I love that fight.
Yeah, that Sergey Derevyanchenko. I thought he lost that fight. What you
Yeah,
thought?
definitely.
Yeah,
I could have seen his draw because the business is like
right,
David Chico ain't like, you feel me, he ain't popping. You know how it go. But
right.
definitely should have been David Chico won or a draw. This definitely shouldn't have been his way.
What you think about a tournament? Remember, Andre Ward, he had that tournament, man, where he was able to land all those big fights without them being avoiding him, man. Remember when he had the Super Six tournament?
Uh,
What you think about a tournament like that? Would you enter that?
it'll be cool. But now I feel like the tournaments that you're doing now is leaning towards the overseas guys. They have all the fight overseas. I feel like they're getting the upper hand on the guys from here. So I don't know, but I just think the sanctioned bodies, like, I just gave him a franchise championship for nothing. Start demanding these fights so these guys can. Everybody chasing belts. Start demanding these big fights. You can't. Then you're gonna see who running if it's demanding.
What's the toughest thing for you about the sport of boxing?
Definitely probably the business. The business part of boxing, and you can't. Sometimes you can like avoid little things in basketball. You can't avoid it in boxing. It is what it is. Some people not big than others. Some of the best talented fighters just can't sell tickets. But that's probably the biggest part. Business. All
Right.
these networks trying to outbid, outthrowing each other instead of building the sport. So that'd be the biggest part for me.
Now, a huge fight in the sport that everybody want to see and everybody go back and forth. They're arguing Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, man. How would you see that fight playing out?
A very sharp fight. A very sharp fight. I think it'd be a chess match because they can say what they want about, oh, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna knock you out. When they get in there, they're gonna stand in front of each other and be very cautious of each other's power. But Terrence Crawford, he real Terrence Crawford, he real crafty. very, very crafty. Earl, very strong, athletic. We'll see how he come back. They say nothing hurt, but you never know psychologically. Having a big car crash like that could put a real big toll on somebody. So we'll see how he come back. But they got to get the fight. I think them going later down the line ain't gonna be as people expect. Like try to build it. I don't think if they get it now, I think that's just gonna be the best.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that right now is the time. I think that too many people look at and try to relive the Floyd Mayweather situation, man. I call the Floyd Mayweather effect.
Bury the Floyd Mayweather thing with it. Like, that was his thing. But bury it. It might come back in 10, 15 years, but they don't need to keep going on.
Right. You know, it's like I feel like he caught lightning in a bottle, man. You know, he seized the moment and he took advantage of it. And I think that too many people forget about Pretty Boy Floyd, and they only see Money Mayweather. They forget the journey he took to get there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this fight right now is at its peak. You know, and why risk something happening? You know what I'm saying? So you know, another big fight. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, the rematch. As soon as Wilder get past Ortiz.
I think people say the count was too long. It don't matter. It's still the count went through. We not the refs. The count went through. Right. I think he beat him. Deontay is my guy. I love him to death. He been knowing me since a kid. I think he outboxed him fair and square. But the decision was the decision. Second time, I know he's not letting it happen that way. I just know he's not letting it happen that way.
Yeah, I spent the week with him down there in his camp 2 weeks ago. I stayed down there with him for a week, and man, that dude is locked in right now, man.
Yeah, I know he's not letting it. You give somebody like that with like a killer instinct a second time, they're gonna try their best ability to not let it happen.
Yeah, you know, he really feeling. He really wanted this Ortiz rematch, and he really wants the Fury rematch because not for the public, not for the sport, not for the money, but for itself. You know, it just comes. You know, why
I feel like once you get to that point where he at with life, he just trying to put a skill that people not giving him.
Right. He kept saying he was talking to himself, man. He was in the zone, and he's like, you know, I know what you want to do. I know you want to be over here. I know what punch you want to throw. I know how you want to do this, man. And he just seemed all the way locked in with the sport, with the fight itself, and to prove something to itself. You know what I'm saying? You still there? Kind of froze. You froze on us. Truck, you there? Hey, Kurt, you there? Kurt, do me a favor. Just turn up your phone a little bit because you sound a little bit muffled.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. I was saying that he, you know, he was super locked in, man. You there?
Yeah, definitely. It's like people forgot about when he fought Vern. When he fought Vern the first time.
Yeah.
He got to a point where he just was like he's beating everybody. It became nothing to him. Soon as he locked back in, he knocked Vern out easy, cool. I feel like he was beating everybody. He came a big decision over Ortiz, and then knocked out the other guy. I feel like he just overlooked Fury, so now they gave him a second chance. I think he gonna knock him out in great fashion.
Yeah. And let me ask you about another fight. Then I'll let Kurt go. But I want to ask you how you see a fight between your guy, Tank Davis, and Vasyl Lomachenko. Because I personally think at this point in time, I think Tank, you know, knocks out Lomachenko, man. But what do you how you see that fight?
Yeah, I get to see a different Tank that people didn't get to see yet. I know he'll knock him out. It's just all a matter of one question: Tank being focused and locking in. And I believe that Lomachenko fight that he will lock in. You won't see him out and about. He will be together. He will be training for a long time. I think he'll knock him out. It's just the network stopping it.
Go ahead, Kurt. You got something to ask him?
Yeah, you know, Trump, you have a fight November 16th. after you dust off your opponent, now next year, you know, the more fights you have, the more visibility you're going to get. Now, in 2020, how many times we expect to see you in the ring in 2020?
At least six, at least 5 or 6 times next year, and then 2021 gonna be my big coming out party where they ain't gonna be able to duck me.
In your weight class right now, who you eyeing?
Everyone, no specific names. It's free smoke. Anybody can get it. The whole division.
I personally think that yourself and Caleb Plant have the most in the division. You know,
but Caleb staying at 160. I'm gonna start off at 154. I'm gonna grab some titles and then I'm gonna go up.
Okay.
So Caleb at 60 right now.
Okay. So you how long you plan to stay in at 54 then?
Grab a few belts if I could be undisputed, then go up.
Hey, so let me ask you this, right? I see you in person many times now, and your stature is much bigger than Errol Spence's. Everybody says that Errol Spence's are natural 54, campaigning at 47. Is it that you're a natural 60? Because you're bigger than Errol Spence. Is you a natural 60 at 54 and he's a 54 at 47, or is he a natural 47 in your opinion?
I just think our body frame's big for the weight classes that we're going into, but he just bigger than the guys that's there. Right. But he definitely a big guy because he's bigger than the guys that's there. So they'll say that I'm bigger than the guys that's at 54 because I am much bigger.
Right.
So I just think we just big for our weight class, just bigger body frames.
Yeah, and I personally feel like the guys that's campaigning at welterweight right now are truly junior welterweights that's campaigning.
Yeah. A lot of them. You check a lot of their history, they had moved up.
Right. Yeah. And
only one that was a big size was Sean Porter. You could tell the size in the fight. He wasn't bullying Sean.
Right. Exactly. And Sean, how did you see that fight, man? Sean surprised a lot of people. I knew he was
amazing. That Sean kind of like put like a stiff punch on the division now because you can't really leave him out because of the performance that he had.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you another guy down there in the DMV, Jared Hurd. That fight with Julian Williams, man. I knew Julian Williams had skills, but that fight shocked me, man. What did you think about that fight, man?
Amazing performance by Julian Williams. I talked to Julian all the time. I'm gonna be sparring him soon. I just think Herb was at a peak where he was winning big fights and he was just I don't know what he was doing. I don't think he didn't seem hungry to me like the other times. He like at a time like that you got to remember that you was the guy on the other side before you. But nobody knew Jared Hurd at first. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody still really knew him. He was just winning the belts. Nobody still really knew who he was. He was a guy that could fight. So I think that he should have just stayed hungry. But hey, you can see how fast that they can get took away from you. So hopefully he come back even strong. But Julian, he showed that he definitely a problem in the weight division.
Now another big fight in your division is Jamel Charlo, Tony Harrison. That rematch coming up. Did you think that a lot of people felt like Jamel won the first fight and they gave it to Tony? You know, I rewatched the fight. It was much closer than I originally thought. Originally, when I first watched it, I thought Jamel won. But now, the more I watch it, the closer I see the fight. You know, I could see where the judges was coming from. But did you have Jamel winning the first fight?
I had it like a draw or Tony because you got to look at it. Depends on who judging. Some judges they go off a straight who the more aggressor or if we go off a straight boxing, he outboxed him. He outpointed him. I think he just won a fight by a round or two.
Mm-hmm. What adjustments you think Jamel needs to make to be victorious and to be a clear victory for him in the rematch?
Tony came out early, blazing, touching him. I think Jamel just was so focused on knocking him out that he wasn't landing the punches that he wanted. He wasn't letting his hands go. He just got to stop. Both of them trust their power too much. And now these last few fights, they not giving good performances. So I think they just got to let their hands go.
Yeah, that we was both at the Lumen fight.
Yeah,
I was impressed with Erickson Lubin, man. And now,
yeah, I was impressed with his performance that fight, but
yeah,
I was also not that happy with the way Gallimore fought because he didn't really swing really. He didn't. He
right.
came forward, showed that he had heart, but he didn't. He didn't like put him in no awkward situation or punch back.
I thought he was fighting too emotional, man. Too much
Yeah,
talk.
he was just trying to show that he could stay there instead of trying to win.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. Erickson Lubin, reports came out today that a fight between him and Sergio Garcia is going to be mandated, and the winner of that fight is going to fight the winner of Jamel and Tony Harrison today. It just came out today. So how would you see Lubin, assuming Lubin beats Sergio Garcia, how would you see Lubin matching up against Harrison or Jamel?
I don't know. A lot of people just look at it like a lot of things go through people's head. Like he got knocked out by him in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So say he fight him again, he going. You don't know how he gonna react to it. He could react like a lion. So everybody don't have it. And he can react and say, "Oh, I'm getting my get back," or he can freeze up because that guy did knock him out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, I think Tony much faster and smooth for Erickson, but we can see what he give. I think it's a good fight for him, but I think he can take 2-3 more fights with some very good contenders instead of just trying to rush back into that. Well, he like 4 or 5 fights in. That was a first round knockout. I think he used to poise himself, get some tests. That wasn't really a test for me. I don't think last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should take his time.
Go ahead, Curry. What you got for him?
Yeah, if you talk about 154 pounders, junior middleweights, one of my favorite divisions, and I think that J-Rock, Harrison, and Lubin are like the same prototype. They're very subtle and cerebral fighters. They do little things that the average fight fan can't see. Truck, who do you feel overall is the best 154 pounder in the world?
Not named Lorenzo Simpson.
Just watching the improvement and I like to watch what a fighter gonna do with different guys or how he react. I think Julian is the best right now. He watching every fight. You go on Twitter, he not skipping a fight. He watching different styles. He practicing. But he just like he said, he do a lot of little things that people don't see. He not the flashiest. He don't come in with the trunks. He don't have the persona. But street fight skills, he a bad man.
And I want to ask you another question. In your own opinion, so that's how I felt. I felt that Jerry Hurd was underestimating J-Rock. They was calling it a homecoming fight. They was wearing Redskins gear, and for what I was hearing, that they was getting haircuts before the fight in the locker room, and J-Rock and did his thing. Do you think that Hurd underestimated J-Rock?
Yeah, definitely. Like I just said, he was feeling the limelight. He was a guy that nobody ever knew. He just racked up 3 fights. I mean, he won 3 belts consecutively within 4 fights. He won 3. He became unified in 4 fights. That's like people don't really do that. Not in 4 fights. Don't take them big fights back to back. He won that in 4 fights, 3 or 4 fights. I just feel like he was feeling the stars to Adam. He overlooked him, just thought he was gonna clip him. Plus, people forgot that J-Rock got knocked out. J-Rock got knocked out by Charlo. People stopped looking at J-Rock. People stopped putting his name in the mentions, but he didn't give up after that knockout. He came right back strong.
And that was a close fight. Then it was a closer fight than people remember because they only remember, the ending results. They don't remember the battle within the war. And he was giving Jamal, all types of trouble in that fight, but people only remember the
exactly. He landed a great shot, but he was giving him trouble.
Right.
And Jamal, he was so big for that fight. Oh my, you could just tell the size difference that you could tell he was going up to 160. He was huge.
Right. Yeah. Even when he stand next to Jamel right now, I'm like, the size difference is crazy.
Exactly. His body frame, back frames is just way broader.
It's not even close, man. You know, go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, who trains you, Truck? What's the name of the trainer?
Calvin Ford.
Yeah, that's Gervonta Tank Davis trainer.
Well, I thought so. Okay, good.
And real discipline, man. It's hard to believe you're only 19, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, man. Even when I watch you fight, listen to you talk. You know, you're very mature for your age, man, and that means you're gonna go a long way in the sport, man. You know, what you think is the most difficult fight for you with in out of the crop that's out there today? And you said that you and J-Rock are close. How would you guys ever fight?
Definitely. We two guys that we're not looking to duck nobody, or we just want to fight, see who better. In the long run, same weight class, money makes sense. Definitely get the fight on. But I'm young right now, so I don't know what will be actually a difficult fight for me because I haven't reached my prime. I haven't reached my peak. But when I'm at the prime, I don't think nobody will be able to just stand in that ring with me.
Yeah, I think that's a scary thing, man. Because I'm thinking about it, and I'm while we're talking, and I'm picturing your last fight, your last couple fights that I was at, man. And I'm in my brain, I'm like, you didn't even get your full man strength yet.
Yeah.
Just imagine, you know, that's a scary thing, man. You know, wow, man, that's a scary thing, man. That you didn't even, you know, like Devin Haney, you know, different fighters. Like when I watch Devin Haney, you know, I see him maturing into the fighter that he's getting his man strength, and Shakur Stevenson, but they smaller guys. You know what I mean? They small frame guys in there. Their boxing style is more point system, but you as a puncher, you know, you can mix it up, man. And so when you get your man strength, that's going to be hella scary, man.
Definitely.
Hey, Kurt, you got something else for him?
Yeah, I want to ask you the last question. The DMV always had a deep reservoir of champions in boxing history. I know your trainer knows them, but you ever hear of Mark Too Sharp Johnson back in the day? He's from
yes, definitely. Very small guy from DC, very slick and crafty.
He was at the height of his career. He was ranked number 5, but when he went to jail for something. When he came on, he wasn't the same fighter, but I remember because, he was one of my favorite fighters. But before he went in, he was great. The reason I brought in his name, like Sean Bay Mitchell and Maurice William Falky, all those fighters from the DMV area, man, y'all represented boxing. I lived in Baltimore for a year. I just hang out on Greenmount, but you can see the boxing in Baltimore, man. And, hey man, we're gonna be paying close attention to your career.
Thank you.
Hey Truck, let me ask you this. There's another big fight, December 7th, Saudi Arabia. Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight playing out, man?
I think Andy Ruiz, I don't think he's gonna let up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You never know. It's hard to judge. You can judge these other fights based on skill and strength for what you think. A heavyweight, it could be you never could know. One jab, a hard jab could just end the whole fight. But I'm giving it to Andy Ruiz. He's standing on top of a whole country. He's not letting up. I don't think he want to go back to his old lifestyle. So I'm gonna give it back to him again.
What you think about him losing weight? There's reports came out that he possibly could have lost up to 30 pounds. They're saying.
I think he's gonna be faster.
Mm-hmm.
You see the little movements that he was doing. He wasn't getting them all the way. So I think a little bit lighter, he'll start to move much faster. I want to see how his strength carry over. But if his strength carry over, then he's gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm. But do you think that he'll be able to absorb the punches if he loses so much weight?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If some people know how to, depending on what he's doing, some people know how to make see, like I started off at 60 just to feel it, but I moved down to 54. I'm still strong, much stronger. Some people know how to carry the strength as they get smaller. If he can carry the strength and absorb the power of him, because Joshua is probably one of the biggest heavyweights I've seen, biggest, strongest heavyweights I've seen. if he can carry that power that he got, then he gonna be good.
And Deontay Wilder said that he wants to go. If Andy Ruiz win, he wants to go right ahead. He want to skip the Fury fight and he want to go straight into the Ruiz fight for undisputed. How would you see that? And Andy Ruiz said that's his dream fight, fighting Wilder for undisputed. He kills two birds with one stone. How you see that type of fight playing out?
I'm giving Wilder over everybody. He knocking everything. Now they say somebody need one punch, but sometimes it ain't always like that.
Right.
This is a proven fact that he needs one right hand and it's a wrap.
Man, listen, man. I watched him in training camp. He had the flu the whole time I was down there, and this dude didn't lose a beat. I'm like,
exactly.
Dude, he almost passed out twice while I was down there. And
then he like at first he came in, his ass couldn't even throw a 1-2 right.
Yeah.
They let him getting better and better. He getting better and better. He starting to throw combinations. I just think it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He just turned 34 and he's just getting better and better. It's like that's why I said I told people, you know, from what I saw in training camp and with the flu, I'm like, man, I think Ortiz is in trouble. I think he's in trouble, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you coming on, bro. I know you got stuff to do, man. I'm definitely coming down. I'll be at your fight, man. You got anything else for him, Kurt, before we let him go?
I just want to say good luck, man, and we're gonna be playing close attention to your career, man, and we want to hear big things about you.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Keep following me. I appreciate it a whole lot.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let the people know, and I'm gonna come down here when you go back in the training camp after this fight for your next fight. I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna bunk down there for like a few days with your joint too, man. So man, we're gonna back you.
Cool, amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Just let the people know where they can find you and everything, man.
YouTube, Lorenzo Simpson. Every social media site, Lorenzo_Simpson. Follow me. Follow this path to be a legend. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Salute, bro. I'll hit you behind the scenes. Salute.
Okay.
I appreciate you. Yeah, man. So we just had Lorenzo Truck Simpson, man. If you don't know who he is, man, November 16th, Ricky Samuel, November 16th. If you don't know who he is, man, and you haven't seen him fight, man, his amateur background, like I said, he finished his amateur career 196-3. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying, Kurt? And because we get guys like Vasil Lomachenko and all these other guys, man, they campaign and they just stay, in the amateurs as grown men. He's 19 years old, so that means he could have stayed in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying, Kurt? And still built up his amateur resume. These dudes are Lomachenko was what is he, 27 when he came out the amateurs or something ridiculous like that, man? You know?
I'm gonna tell you something, Blue, man, and I have to be honest. Fighters and these significant fighters, they have stand amateur category because they the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 25-year-old against a 17-year-old. At that age, the older dude's gonna win, and that rings true, especially in for the boxing because he's more mature.
Mm-hmm.
So those big glossy records, you see, they couldn't do that with our 76 and 84 Olympic team because they were born fighters. So it's kind of a fool's gold when you talk about these big glossy amateur records coming from you.
Yeah. And Kurt, your phone is a little bit muffled.
I don't know what's going on, man.
But yeah, Kurt, man, I agree with you, man. Like you said, it's grown men are going up against young kids, man. They already got their mainstream, and they're more experienced. But man, if you watch Lorenzo Truck Simpson, man, I'm telling you, man, It's a sight. If you watch, sometimes you watch guys on TV, and they wow you, but when you see it in person, man, and you can hear the punches in the arena, and you can see how quick it is, man, it's a sight to see. It's a sight to see, man. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna be a superstar in the sport of boxing. You can mark my words. He's gonna be a superstar in the sport of boxing, man. He's mentally locked in. When you're mentally locked in like that, and that's why I asked him about how he is outside of training camp, in between fights and things of that nature, because I know just the I seen him fight a few times, and I interviewed him before, and just his persona, it speaks volumes. You can hear it right now. He's 19 years old. Nobody would think that he's 19 years old. Nobody. When you just listen to him talk right now, you wouldn't think he was 19. Am I right, Kurt?
Yeah, he's long beyond his years, man.
It's amazing, man. And with all the talent, sky's the limit for him, man. Sky's definitely the limit for him, man. So, man, I can't wait, man. So I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna check out his fight. And we're gonna stand behind him, man. We're gonna push him, man. We're gonna push him, man. And he's doing it the right way. You know what I mean? And you can't do nothing but respect that. Nothing but respect that, man. So I appreciate him coming on and showing us love, man. You know what I mean? But anything else you want to cook on, Kurt? Man, we that fast, Kurt. 2 hours gone, Kurt.
I just can't believe it. We had a great show. We didn't get a lot of calls, but we had a special guest. The show was popping, man, in the chat, man. I love you guys, man. It's a blessing to talk boxing, and you can sit in your living room and just go on and on and on. With moccasins and my Pittsburgh Steelers sweatpants on.
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it to come, man. But that's all right, because Friday night when we do the show, boy, I'm gonna be gloating, because after Thursday night, boy, we gonna be 8-0. 8-0, baby. 8-0, man. Hey, so Kurt, BoxRec, and again, I want to tell you guys, in the chat, because if you Google him and you look at BoxRec and things of that nature, BoxRec is going to show you that he's a super welterweight, super middleweight, a 168 pounder, but he's actually super welterweight, not a super middleweight. They got him in as 168 on BoxRec. So if you looking him up on BoxRec, it's going to tell you that he's a super middleweight, but he's actually a super welterweight. He's a 54 pounder, yeah, Kurt, man, I'm excited, man. And again, I want to say this: Miss Boxing wasn't able to come on because she's actually, her tire blew out on the highway, and she's on the side of the road. So she said she couldn't come on the show. So peace and blessings to her. Safe travels to Miss Boxing. Hope everything works out well. That's dangerous when your tire blow out and you on the side of the highway, man.
It's dangerous, man. Especially for a female motorist. So let's just hope he's okay. And we're going to have Miss Boxing back on the show. Enjoyed having her on yesterday, and we got another special guest tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The show is like popping. I just can't believe it's almost 8 o'clock, man. And
yeah,
I'm going to watch the Astros clinch the World Series tonight. And, great show. Great show.
Hey, yeah, Kurt, man, it's 7:54. We took 3 calls. Right, we have like 3 calls, and the time just blows by. And we started on time today, Kurt. We didn't even start late. Time just blows by, man. But man, we appreciate y'all, man. So yeah, Miss Boxing was on the side of the road, but we're gonna have a special guest on tomorrow. Again, another special guest. And then I'm thinking that we're gonna have another special guest on Thursday as well. And then on Friday, Kurt, I think that we could finish up where we left off on this past Friday with the fellas. If you think that's a good move, but tomorrow we're gonna have a special guest. It's Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll have another special guest, and then Friday we'll close out what we had when we had Cali and Legendary and Mahiri on. We'll close out with that, and Money might jump on as well. So what you think about that, Kurt?
Hey, great lineup, man. Come one, come all. Let's talk boxing stuff, and be happy, be merry, and be happy. We got a great fight, man. It's nothing like. Now you got basketball, you got college football. I stay in one spot all day and watch it. I don't even go out. My friends don't even ask me to go out anymore. And then you got the fight that night. And you don't forget, you got a fight Saturday night at 10:30, Miguel Burchell versus Jason Sosa on ESPN, regular ESPN. That's Saturday night at 10:30, Miguel Burchell versus Jason Sosa.
And we got Canelo and Kovalev.
Absolutely. So
and Friday, and Friday we got Richardson Hitchin.
Yep, we got a triple better, I believe. In the next 2 weeks, we got 2 showbox programs coming on, man. The fall always produces a lot of cards for some reason. Like October, November, look at the history of the sport. We have great fights, around this time, man. And I'm so happy, man. God closed one door and opened up another, man. And I thank Blue for having me on, man. It's a great platform, man. We got a great Blues always, somewhere, man, spending money out of his own pocket and traveling, man, and the tap on the motion.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being on the show, man. I appreciate, your knowledge of the sport. I appreciate what you bring. It's just perfect, man. I love it, man. I always tell you I could get me a lemonade, man, and sit out on the back porch and listen to you and Blood and Scrapbook. I could listen to y'all just talk boxing, man. I ain't even gonna chime in. I'm just gonna listen, man, and just soak it all up. You know what I'm saying? See, this is why it's one thing I always tell my kids, you can't learn if you're talking. You know what I mean? I tell everybody that, I tell my wife that you can't learn if you're talking. You know what I'm saying? Just be quiet. That's what I always do. I sit and I learn. I like to listen to Kurt, man. I like to listen. You could go, you could go on tangents, man. You could go way, way back, man. And I soak it up, and then I go back and Google what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate what you bring to the table, man. I appreciate you, just as a whole, man. I definitely do, man. So salute to my brother.
Thank you, Blue. Thank you for the kind words. You can credit Calvin Levine for that. My father used to smoke cigars, and I saw my first fight. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. My mother and father got into a bad argument because they were showing a fight. I was living in Patterson, New Jersey, and they were showing a fight closed circuit, the Fabian movie theater on Church Street. It was packed, and my mother said, "You ain't taking that boy out this house. We got school tomorrow." And my father said, "The hell I ain't. I'm taking him to see the George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali fight." And I had a toy in my hand. I had a G.I. Joe doll in my hand. I that G.I. Joe doll, got dressed, and all my uncles, Uncle Jimmy and Rayfield, they all boxed at his historian. All of them, like 6 of them, all his brothers. Because my father fought out of Virginia as an amateur. He didn't make no noise about it. I went to the Fabian movie theater. That was my first fight. That was 1974. I was 8 years old. And my father, I remember him saying, we riding home, and he was like, by the time I get finished with this boy, he's going to know everything about the sport of boxing from A to Z. So you credit Calvin Levine. That's my beloved fighter, father. He died 3 weeks after Leonard upset Hagler.
Wow, man. Salute to Calvin Levines, man. I'm glad he gave us you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he instilled that into you. And that's the great thing, man. That's a great thing for you to have. He didn't take all that knowledge with him. He passed it on to you.
And he used to make me, look at books, and then he locked the boxing books. He locked them up in the cabinet, and he said, "Remember this date, his birthday off the, top of your dome. Like, for instance, Henry Armstrong born December 12th, 1912, something like that, and from Benoit, Mississippi, or Columbus, Mississippi. And I was like, damn, I got to remember this. And it just, when you like something, it comes natural. But, I just like talk about it. I don't care who don't know what or who knows everything. It's just about the community we in. And with my brothers and sisters, man, I see Mike Hennigan. Call me, Mike Hennigan. Don't be a stranger, man. Some of you guys has my phone numbers. I can talk boxing all day, every day. It's a passion to me. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna go into another time because Trill coming on. I done broke up with women over boxing, man. I'll tell you no lie. Try to see when a man has a passion, a woman instincts, she will try to challenge that passion. Mm-hmm. He will put you to the test. And when Roy Jones fought Julio Gonzalez, and we got into, I was seeing this girl from New York by the World Trade Center at that time. We got into a big fight, man, and we went out for dinner because I was supposed to went to my friend's house to watch it. A couple of weeks later, man, that relationship was non and void. I don't play it.
Oh, snap.
Boxing is my first life.
Yeah. You got to be married to the game, man. Married to the game. But go ahead, Kurt, close us out, bro.
What a great show, man. Salute to Truck Simpson, man. Up and coming fighter. Thanks for the chat. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have the channel. So salute to you, man. And everybody who got my number, call me. Don't be a stranger, man. I'm just in a good mood. I'm happy about the sport of boxing. Great show. Salute to Blue, man. Salute to the chat once again. My name is Kurt Sugar. Real name Curtis Anderson. I'm hyped. I'm going to go look at some old fights. I'm out. Peace.
Salute. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share this video. That's all we got for y'all. Salute. Peace.
Peace.